Hey guys, it's Chedic, and in today's video we will be reviewing the new hero, Dashing Hawk. He was recently released into the Fortnite item shop on 2/21/2020, and honestly, I think he's pretty okay. I wouldn't say he's crispy, I wouldn't say he's but I would say he's okay where he stands. He's not meta, and he's not amazing, but he stands where he stands, and I definitely think he's worth a pickup. So let's start. His standard perk, absolutely stunning. Lefty and righty shots have a 37.5% chance to stun the target for 2 seconds. And in the commander perk, lefty and righty still has that chance to stun for 2 seconds, but additionally, it does 100% more damage against stunned targets. And that's okay and all, and while I was running around with him, I didn't think he was that good, but before I show you when I was running around with him, let's talk about the loadout. So I ran absolutely stunning, of course, in the commander, because you gotta always run him in the commander to see if he's worth it. The team perk was Happy Holidays, because I wanted more lefty and righty. I then went Where's Lefty, so I can get more lefty and righty, because I just wanted to go crazy with it. Assault crit damage, because while I'm using Where's Lefty, it will give me more. The cooldown will be decreased if I shoot and kill with SMGs, and Bang and Pow for more lefty and righty damage, Sub Wafers for an extra 50% damage, and Survivalist. Now, with this loadout, I didn't really get impressed with Dashing Hawk. He was just genuinely there. His ability didn't be like, oh, I need his ability in order to stun these smashers, and the stun doesn't really last for a long enough time for it to be worth it or viable at all. So Dashing Hawk's pretty useful in situations where you have more than one large HP target. Say you have one big boy smasher and another big boy smasher. You activate Dashing Hawk's ability, lefty and righty, and you shoot one smasher, you can stun that smasher, then you can turn to the other smasher, stun that smasher, and then turn back to the other smasher and keep stunning that, and repeat that until the cooldown wears out. Or if you really want, you can use the lefty and righty, focus on one smasher, make sure he can't move, and just eliminate him. Unfortunately though, Dashing Hawk's ability does not work on charging smashers. Unfortunately though, nothing works on charging smashers, except freezing and Ice Queen. So I don't know, I wouldn't say this hero is better than Ice Queen in terms of like stunning and crowd control, but it can stun multiple targets. And a great nifty thing is, this hero can also stun mini bosses. That's spicy ability. And I like that. I like the fact he can stun mini bosses. It brings something extra to the table, and it allows you to really think he's kind of useful in his own little niche way. But like I said, while I was playing with him, it felt a little wrong because I'm used to a different lefty and righty build. But he was good because when you're shooting a stun target, you do another 100k damage. You do literally double damage, and that's really good. I'm pretty sure while I was playing around with Dashing Hawk, I had around 200k, which was really nice. Well, granted, I had 4 players in my party, and I'm maxed out. I was hitting for some really large numbers with Dashing Hawk. But while playing with him, it was missing something. I didn't feel like he was good enough, so I was like, you know what? Dashing Hawk's probably not good for the commander slot, so let's switch it up. Let's change it up. Let's put him in the support slot and see how good he is there. So I have another loadout. It's the Double Agent Evelyn loadout. Double Agent Evelyn in the commander with Where's Lefty. With every time I kill with a pistol or SMG, lefty and righty cooldown is decreased by 5 seconds, which is very good. Happy Holidays again. Absolutely stunning, so I can still stun the us, and I won't do the extra damage, but the stun is still good. Then I ran Assault crit damage for some extra damage on my SMGs, or if you really want, you can do pistol, like hip shot and pistol crit damage, and assault damage because I'm using the SMGs, then Sub Wafers for that extra damage on lefty and righty, and then Survivalist with Adrenaline Rush and Slow Field. Now this one was a little more enjoyable on Dashing Hawk, because I would run around, stun some smashers, kill some smashers, and I would do some decent damage. And while I was down with lefty and righty, I would just shoot things with my Hemlock or my Spinal Inspector Fire and get my gun back, my lefty and righty back. So I was able to have a lot more uptime with Dashing Hawk. Very fun, very useful. I definitely recommend, if you have Double Agent Evelyn, to get her. She's actually more fun than Dashing Hawk himself. And the fact that you can now stun smashers with Double Agent Evelyn really adds an extra layer of spice to Double Agent Evelyn. But again, this loadout was also missing something. But before we move on to the last one, I just want to say this last hero loadout was from my Happy Holidays video. If you haven't watched the Happy Holidays video with the 5 great loadouts, I definitely recommend checking it out. Link is, or the card is right up there in the top. So now let's move on to the last one, Raven. My boy Raven. So this is the loadout. Raven, Bang and Pow, Happy Holidays, Assault Damage, Where's Lefty, and Absolutely Stunning. And then we have Subwaivers and Survivalist, Slow Field, and Banner. Now, this one is actually the most fun you'll ever have with Absolutely Stunning. The reason is, Raven has Warcry. Unlike Double Agent Evelyn and Dashing Hawk, Raven actually has something that will make Lefty and Righty even better. So, with Dashing Hawk and Double Agent Evelyn, the pistols shoot way too slow. It's just like, and I'm just like, it's just boring. It's boring. But with Raven, you can eat a wafer, pop Warcry, and you can get up to, what is it? You can get up to 95% more damage with the Subwafer and Warcry, which is Dashing Hawk, essentially. And you can stun Huss while having pistols that shoot like dang miniguns. It's lit. And they do explosive damage. It does AoE. Unfortunately, Raven's ability does not affect Absolutely Stunning, so you can't stun in AoE. Which, if you could, though, then the devs would not know what balance is. And this one was much more fun to play around with, much more fun to run around with than Dashing Hawk will ever be. I actually enjoyed this loadout more than anything out of all the soldiers, but this loadout was made before, this loadout was prepared, and I was ready to throw this loadout in this video once I heard about Dashing Hawk in the first place. So yeah, Dashing Hawk, if you're going to use him, do not use him as commander. You want to put him in the support team where he belongs, because his ability is good, but he's not strong enough to be in the commander, and that 37.5% stun, shooting it on multiple Huss, it's very good. And if you're just running Raven, it's kind of, well, useless, because Raven does way too much damage in the first place. But if you go in against a mini boss, then it actually fits in with Raven, because you can stun the boss and you can do insane amounts of damage. And that's about it for Dashing Hawk, so now let's go put that bad boy in the tier list. Alright, now it's time for us to critically review Dashing Hawk. So, Dashing Hawk is clearly not better than Raven. That is known and that is a fact. So already we can knock him down to the B, C, and Clown tier. So let's talk about Dashing Hawk. He has the ability to stun smashers and he has the ability to stun mini bosses. So that's already really, really good. Unfortunately, Lefty and Righty has way too long of a cooldown. So you may be able to stun a few smashers, but you're not going to really stun them for long. Lefty and Righty has at least a 10-second uptime. So whatever you're going to be doing, the most you can stun a smasher is for at least 20 seconds. But that's not how it works. It doesn't stack. So the most you can stun a smasher is for 12 seconds. If you get the old Lefty and Righty cooldown and you get it on the last second, you're able to stun the smasher for 2 extra seconds, so 12 seconds in total. Is that good? No. You want to know why? Because the bow does it better. The new bow that came out, the Love Song bow, that does that with 1 full charge shot, and it does it for a full 10 seconds. However, Dashing Hawk also provides the ability to do an extra 100% damage on any target that is stunned. However, that's not good enough because it is a physical weapon, Lefty and Righty, and it doesn't have enough damage. But with Raven or any Lefty and Righty hero with Warcry, that changes. Because if you pop Warcry and use a Subwafer, you get 95% damage, but you also get increased fire rate. So while Dashing Hawk's pistols shoot like little pea shooters, Raven's shoots like a minigun and does AoE damage. So Dashing Hawk isn't that good. So where would be a good place to put him? In my humble opinion, and well, that may not come off as humble, I think he's C tier, which is probably not a good place to put a hero that came out. But if we're just gonna be realistic, that's where he belongs. He doesn't have anything special, doesn't bring anything to the table. He's just he's just a hero that's pretty niche and you won't use him. There's other better alternatives, and that 100% extra damage doesn't really sound good enough on the table for me to have to use him as commander when Raven does it better. And well, that's about it. Thank you guys for watching my video. If you did enjoy this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And what should I do next? You know, I know you guys want a Twine Endurance video, and I will be making a Twine Endurance video soon. Did say that. I will be making the bow video, but it won't be a 10-minute video, but it'll probably be like 5 to 6 minutes to be real. It's not a good weapon. It has some problems. But yeah. Again, thank you guys for watching. I do appreciate you watching it, and I'm mumbling. Love you guys, and toodles.